check over a few more things here. Everybody, good evening and welcome. We're back again on behalf of Ranch Hands Rescue. It's the Ignite Hope 2020 Gala, and things are just a little bit different this year. I don't know if you noticed that. We're virtual for the most part, but we do have a crowd in the room here at Circle R Ranch. Come on, yeah? Safely and responsibly distanced and appropriately masked. I am 30 feet from the next nearest person right now. Now, we're going to have a great time here tonight. We have a lot of special guests, some live here in the room with us, many of them on tape, most of them names that you know, celebrities from our area and from Hollywood, major motion picture stars and TV stars whose names you know and people you've loved throughout the years. Of course, the bottom line is that we're here to raise money for the amazing work done through the programs at Ranch Hands Rescue. There's an auction, a silent auction that's been underway. My wife Ruth has been active already in that silent auction. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that works out. but I would encourage you to get involved at home as well. You know, I've been on TV a lot here in the last 7-8 months, but not in a suit and tie. In fact, I've been in my home office in a golf shirt, and this is the first time I've worn pants in a while, to be honest with you. Long pants, that is. No, dress pants. The man behind it all, of course, is a gentleman you're going to hear a lot from tonight, and he will explain to you better than anybody else ever could the missions of Ranch Hands Rescue. Let's get things rolling with the great Bob Williams. Here we go. Yay!
I first met Senator Nelson I'll never forget the first time I met her. She grabbed my hand and she listened to me so intently. There was probably 1,000 people in the room. And she took her time with me, and she told me back then that she would help me. I've never forgotten that. And as I've watched her over the years and seen all the incredible things that she's done for abused children and cancer and people with disability, she's won my heart over. And so when I called her and asked her to be my honorary chair this year for Ignite Hope, she said, "I will help you any way I can." And it moved me in a way that I can't even explain. And I'm so proud to call her my friend, my senator, and I want to thank you, Jane, for everything that you do for the state of Texas, for your service, and certainly for those that we serve at Ranch Hands Rescue. I'm humbled by the kindness that Senator Nelson and her staff has showed us, and she's involved in this fight of human trafficking and now helping to bring awareness to boys being human trafficked in Texas. And from the bottom of my heart, Senator Nelson, I just want to thank you.
Well, good evening and welcome. I am Senator Jane Nelson, and it is so wonderful to have you join us this evening, even if it is a little different this year. I want to thank you for your support for Ranch Hand Rescue, a fantastic organization that has been changing lives for both people and animals for 11 years. It is such a good cause, and I hope we raise a lot of money tonight to keep it going for at least 11 more years, or however long we need that money to help such a good cause. I have always said that if I could pass any one law, and one law only, it would be to make sure that every child grows up in a safe, supportive environment with people who love and nurture them. Think about all the problems that we would be able to solve. It would benefit education, it would reduce our prison population, and we wouldn't need entire state agencies that would be devoted to abused, neglected, and abandoned children. Unfortunately, child abuse, neglect, and exploitation remain prevalent. And with many stuck at home right now in unsafe situations, with child predators openly citing the coronavirus as an opportunity for them to strike, I fear that children are more vulnerable than ever. At the same time, charitable organizations are having such difficulties right now raising funds during the current economic crisis. So I encourage everyone out there to bid generously on these fabulous items that we have. Our silent auction items, you need to bid, open up those wallets. You can get great deals and help a wonderful cause. Ranch Hand Rescue offers trauma-informed services to people and animals who have experienced abuse or neglect. It is the only equine and animal-assisted counseling program in the United States that partners abused and neglected farm animals with research-based, trauma-informed therapies in the treatment of clients with complex trauma. To date, the ranch has rescued and rehabilitated over 550 critical care animals, treated and transformed more than 1,500 individuals, and compiled a growing list of 2,500 community leaders to contribute to the recovery of our society's most vulnerable members. United States Department of State reports 300,000 Americans, children, are lured into global sex trade every year. Think about that. 300,000 American children. And this isn't limited to the border area. Just down the road, right here in Flower Mound, Texas, we had a house being used as a trafficking ring. In 2018, Texas made up 1/10 of the human trafficking cases that were reported to the National Human Trafficking Hotline. So I can't say it enough. Trafficking is not just a border problem. This issue is right here at our home. And that is why last session I introduced a budget that funded every single agency request to combat human trafficking. Ranch Hand Rescue needs your financial support so that it can continue igniting hope, especially for young men. And we're going to be talking about that quite a bit tonight. A sting in Fort Worth last year discovered that 4 in 10 buyers were seeking boys. Boys are the most overlooked demographic in commercial sexual exploitation, and they have few places to turn to for help. But that's about to change. Ranch Hand Rescue is working to open the first long-term safe house in the country, exclusively catering to male victims of sex trafficking, 18 to 24 years old, in January of 2021. With the addition of Bob's House of Hope, the ranch will give hope to even more people who have been living through highly destructive cycles of abuse and slavery. As Bob said, if we don't provide shelter for victims of sex trafficking, their abusers are extremely likely to find them and bring them back into the trade. So that's why we're here tonight, to ensure that survivors have a safe place to turn where they can get the help they need to overcome their trauma and transform their lives. Thank you for joining us. We're going to have fun. We're going to support a good cause, and we're going to learn a lot. Thank you.
I first met Tracy Murphy when he was running for sheriff a few years ago, and I went to a debate. And I was standing there watching this guy, and I turned to this woman and said, I really like him. He's a smart guy. And she said, well, that happens to be my son. And then she asked me if I was hungry and gave me a plate of food. But I was just really mesmerized with the debate that night, and as I've gotten to know him, I find him to be one of the finest men that I've ever met in my life. He operates with the highest of ethics and integrity. I'm proud to call him my sheriff. I'm proud to call him my friend, and I truly would follow him into battle. I think that what he's done with the Sheriff's Department and the things that he does for our community is unparalleled, and we're certainly very lucky to have him here in Denton County. Tracy, I want to thank you for your kindness, for your support of Ranch Hands Rescue, and for all that you do for us, and all of the individuals who are our first responders who are in this fight against human trafficking of boys, and that see this as a top priority. You're in my prayers every day, brother. Thank you.
Hey, everybody. Hey, thank you, Bob, for having me back out. I wouldn't miss this for the world. I know it's not the party that you were planning this year. You usually throw the best in town, but I'm extremely proud to be here with you tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for being here. You guys watching, we need your help. And you know, we're kind of in a catch-22 right now with the COVID crisis, with civil unrest going on in our nation, schools being closed. More and more people need the services of our nonprofits. And at the same time, with the loss of jobs and things going on in the world, the people willing to donate to those nonprofits has dwindled as well. And so we need your help. Bob needs your help. You know, as a 30-plus year law enforcement officer, up until recently, even someone like me who's seen a lot of what the evil the world can deal out. When you talked about sex trafficking, boys never entered my mind when you said that. And I think that's true for a lot of people. And through Ranch Hand Rescue and a lot of other resources, it's come to light, and it's a problem, and it's an issue. And Bob is taking that step to educate people across the country, and I'm extremely proud and thankful that it's in Denton County. It's in my county. It's in my home, and I'm very thankful to have Bob Williams as a friend. And I'm very thankful for the people in this community and the people across the state of Texas and the people across the United States who need to understand that with such divide going on in our country right now, there's something we can all agree on, okay? We have to agree to take care of our kids. We have to agree to go after the evil that would do this to our children, and we have to agree that those that have been victimized need our help. Whether Democrat, Republican, whatever religion that you subscribe to, we can agree on that. This is something we have to agree on. Folks, I need you out there to bid on these items. I need you to give so that these boys, that these girls, that these animals, that these veterans that Bob takes care of as well can be taken care of. It's because if we can't take care of those, what good are we? In a society, if we can't take care of our kids, if we can't protect our kids, if we can't give them what they need once they become victims, what good are we? And asking you guys to give money and to donate to this cause, I want to start it off. Bob, can I have you come up here just a minute? Through the sheriff's office, whether you agree we should have this or not, we do. We have what we call a federal seizure money, which is money that we take away from crooks and drug dealers. And it's very heavily regulated, and as you can guess, through the federal government, there's a lot of paperwork we have to do. But one thing that they do allow me to do is once a year is to make a maximum donation to a nonprofit. And Bob, this year it's going to you and your organization. And I've brought this. All I need is your signature right there, and then I'll very shortly be delivering you a check for $25,000.
I think I'm going to cry. I really do. I think I'm going to cry. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. I got to sign it too, or it's not legal. So here we go. It's my pleasure, and that's just something I get to do every year. And fiscal year started October 1st, so October 3rd, I'm giving you the maximum that I can. I wish I could give you more. If I could, I would. Folks, donate to this cause, give the money, take care of these kids, and thank you guys. Have a good evening.
All right, we're back with the senator and the sheriff. Of course, the senator insisting on the podium here. I'm just kidding. I'm busting you here. Can we get a feed? Can we get a feed here? Are we getting a feed right now or no? There we go. We're back. We're back. Little
They said
delay
I had
there.
to have the podium.
Sheriff, wow, that donation was unbelievable. One more time for that, huh?
Yes.
I can't think of a better use of bad guys' money than to help our kids.
None of that was my speeding money in Denton County, you think? Yes.
These are heavy-duty criminals that didn't need that money
Yeah,
anymore. So.
absolutely. Oh, there's some justice there. That's
Absolutely.
It
That's for
really
sure.
is.
Senator, you spoke so eloquently about the cause and so passionately about it. We need that kind of passion from the folks at home, right, as they get involved tonight.
We do. And you know, these are really unusual times. And I know that groups like this are having such difficulty raising money. It is tough right now. But think how tough it is on these young people that need help. They need our help. And Bob and Ranch Hand Rescue does such a marvelous job with, you know, we're all animal lovers, or I think everybody
Yep.
here and everybody listening tonight loves animals. And I always have had a special place in my heart for what they've done with these animals. And we can help them, help these animals, and help people who need help in a very special way that Ranch Hands Rescues delivers. And I know it's tough right now. I know it's hard to come up with money to help organizations like this, but think how hard it is right now for some of these people. There are predators right now that are enabled because of coronavirus. Sheriff, I'm sure you're seeing that and hearing about that.
Absolutely. You know, it's with schools being shut down and kids not being able to go places, they're on the internet a lot.
Yeah.
They're out there and there's a lot of evil that lurks out in that world, and a lot of them get caught up in it. And I just think about my kids and
I've got her first.
not all kids have the support system at home that a lot of our kids do, and they're left there alone and they're bored and they begin playing those games and being on the internet a lot. They don't have teachers at school who can recognize when they're being abused because they're not there. And so I'm just thankful that this is happening in Denton County, because I love Denton County and I like being number one. And so we're number one, and Bob's going to do us a great job.
Yes, yes. And, you know, for everybody out there listening, I know that the people in our community want to help people in our
Absolutely.
community, and this is a great way to do it. I've got a couple questions. Mike, maybe you know this. The money that's donated tonight is tax deductible, isn't that right?
I know everything about everything that's tax deductible, Senator, yes. So that those are music to my ears, yes.
I understand that the money that's donated tonight's tax deductible.
Okay,
So if
that's
somebody
great.
wants to write out a check to help out with this new project, tax deductible. I like that.
Absolutely.
And
ranchhandrescue.org, ranchhandrescue.org. It doesn't have to just be through tonight's event. We encourage you to get involved with the auction, silent auction, some great trips, some great jewelry, handbags, merchandise. But no, just a straight out donation is more than welcome also.
Yes.
And the website's probably the easiest way to do it.
and help a great cause as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Great
you.
to see you again.
Thank you.
This year. All right. As we mentioned earlier, to get started, we have many stars of stage and screen and music whom you're going to hear from. Some of my colleagues as well from Fox 4, and you'll hear from most of them via videotaped message, recorded message. Let's get started with a name that you know. She's been a star for years and years and years, and we had a chance to meet her at the gala. Can't remember if it was last year or the year before that, but it was really a thrill. Her name is Ruta Lee, and here she is.
Hello everybody, I'm Ruta Lee. At the moment in Hollywood, COVID is keeping me away from Texas, and I miss my beautiful, generous Texas family. Oh, how lovely to be talking to you. The subject that we're talking about today isn't one that is normally mentioned in polite conversation. But it is of epidemic proportions. I mean, COVID is not stopping the sexploitation and the sex trafficking of beautiful young people, boys and girls. We think about sexploitation as something that happens somewhere else in another country, far away from us. But it's of epidemic proportions right here in the United States. I'm new to this because I learned about it from what I call the Archangel of Texas, Bob Williams, who has taken on the plight of young people who are exploited in some way. He put together Ranch Hand Rescue, which to me is a miraculous place that takes maimed, injured, abused animals, heals them, and brings in, through experts and their care, young people who come in and bond with these abused animals. Abused children bonding with abused animals has been a light that has shone on mental illness and emotional difficulties. All right, so we know about Ranch Hand Rescue. I've supported that, and through Bob Williams, the archangel of all of this, I learned a wee bit about sexploitation. Now listen to this. I discovered that there are about 300,000 people who are lured into the sex business. And they're usually young kids who have been abused at home, they're runaways, whatever. They need help and guidance, and they are such targets for those vicious, awful people who lure people into the sex trade. And the amazing thing to me is that I always thought about it as girls being sexploited. It's not just girls. It's young boys and young men. About 50% of that 300,000, which means 150,000 young people, young men, are part of this rotten industry. Now, because of the fame and the success of Ranch Hand Rescue, the governor called Bob Williams, the angel behind all of this, and said, what can you do about young men that are being sexploited? Well, somehow Bob got his hands on a building, and what he needs now from all of us who give a damn about these kids, is to raise $125,000 to retrofit this building to be the first safe house for boys in America. Won't that be something for Texas to put a first together? Not the first time it'll be a first, but so very, very needed. And $125,000, oh, there's probably somebody listening to me right now that can just reach into their pocket and pull out loose change and make $125,000. But if we all get together and send in, whether it's $1,000 or $100 or $10, whatever you have, please. Oh, there's a phone call. Maybe somebody is already sending in the money in this fabulous event. God bless you for listening to me. God bless you for being the beautiful Texans that you are, and see you soon.
If you aren't familiar with human trafficking or slavery in the truest form, it is the sale of human bodies through force, fraud, or coercion. There are over 400 minors sold in Dallas every single night. close to 50% of those cases have actually been boys involved in stings.
Bob's House of Hope will be the first safe house in the country for young men 17 to 24 to address this issue.
All right, we are back live at our Ignite Hope Gala, benefiting Ranch Hand Rescue. No, you don't have to be quiet. That's fine. We got a few people in the room here. Circle R Ranch, what a beautiful facility this is. But it's all about you getting involved. It's all about you helping our cause at ranchhandrescue.org, ranchhandrescue.org. One of the most prolific television stars of his era is our next guest tonight, a true legend. Harry Hamlin is loved by his fans all over the world. We were first introduced, most of us were, to Harry Hamlin through LA Law in the 80s. I liked him on Mad Men as well. He had a nice little turn on that a few years ago. We welcome Harry Hamlin to the Ranch Hands Rescue family, and here he is with a special message.
Hi, Harry Hamlin here. You know, we all have heroes in our lives, people who've done amazing things, oftentimes against extraordinary odds. And I now have a new hero in my life, Bob Williams, who more than a decade ago established Ranch Hand Rescue, a program designed to bring abused and traumatized animals together with abused and traumatized people, veterans with PTSD, victims of sexual abuse, and so on, in hopes of breaking down the barriers to healing that oftentimes accompany that kind of trauma. And it's been extraordinarily successful. But now, Bob Williams, my new hero, has launched a whole new effort. He's launched Bob's House of Hope, the only safe house in America for abused boys between 17 and 24 who were somehow dragged into the sex trade. Now, Bob is retrofitting a house. It's going to cost about $124,000 to put these kids into, and he needs your help. Please do whatever you can to help Bob build his dream house, Bob's House of Hope. Thank you.
Harry Hamlin still holding up after all these years. We thank him for his help in the gala here tonight. Go to ranchhandsrescue.org again to get involved. A lot of great auction items, trips that you're going to take a look at, fabulous jewelry. Our next guest, I first became familiar with through another great show called Northern Exposure. Let's look at our sponsors here as well. Take a look at them on your screen right now. We thank all of them so much. Those of us in the room, let's hear it for the gold level sponsors. How many slides are there for this? Is this it? That's it. Okay. It's more than enough. Thanks so much to those sponsors for helping us out tonight. And we'll give you a chance to see exactly who they are a few more times here throughout our program tonight. I started to say that we got to know Barry Corbin through the great show Northern Exposure. Again, I think of it as an 80s show primarily. When this great actor heard about Ranch Hands Rescue, he immediately wanted to get involved. He has done much more than Northern Exposure. You know, you can hear that voice in your head if you know Barry Corbin, just a classic Western voice. He offered to send this message for Bob and the Ranch Hands Rescue team. Let's take a look.
Hi, friends. I'm Barry Corbin. You might remember seeing me playing the veterinarian Dale Rivers on the Netflix show The Ranch. Well, I'm back in again. When I get time off, I like to give my face a little chance to rest, so I got a little more hair than I had on that show. But I'm going to tell you a little story here, and I'm going to tell it as Dale. And I was called out on a call the other day to see a colicky horse. And as I was coming back, I drove past Bo's ranch, and I looked in. I didn't see Bo's truck, so I figured I'd pull in and just check everything out, see how everything was. and Joanne wasn't there. Nobody was there, so I'm poking around out yonder, and then in comes this little SUV, official-looking thing, and a little fat man got out. And he says, I'm here to inspect the property. Well, if anybody knows the narc, old Dale does. This fellow was out, he was thinking they were growing illicit weeds out in the pasture. And he said, do you mind if I look around? He didn't ask me anything, and I didn't volunteer anything, so he assumed I was the owner of the ranch. I said, well, I guess you can look anywhere you want to, but you can't go in that pasture right over there. He said, I'll tell you what, this badge here says that I can go anywhere on this ranch. I said, well, that's fine and dandy, but if I was you, I wouldn't go in that pasture right over there. Well, he storms off, and he's grumping. And I'm thinking, this might be kind of interesting. So I go over and get about a half bag of range cubes and walk over to the fence. About that time, he starts hollering and running. Right behind him comes an old bull. Well, the bull is gaining on him, so I took one of them range cubes and threw it over there and hit him in the flank. Got his attention. He turned around and looked, and he knew me, so he comes trotting over there, and I fed him some range cubes. This federal man comes through the fence, and he says, boy, that was a close one. I really thank you for saving me, but well, what took you so long? I said, well, I was waiting for you to show him your badge. Well, now, everybody needs some help sometime. And Bob Williams' outfit, Ranch Hands Helping, is something that helps not only animals, but also people. It helps people who are in desperate situations. Now, everybody in life needs help sometime. And those of us who are lucky enough to not need it right now need to chip in and help the people who are helping the animals and the people who are in trouble. And I can't think of one better place than to put it with Ranch Hands Helping, Bob Williams' outfit. It's a tax-deductible donation, and just give as much as you can. We appreciate it.
Boy, you know that voice from Northern Exposure and other shows. We thank you for joining us. Mike Ducey from Fox 4, back with Senator Nelson here at the gala, the Ignite Hope Gala for Ranch Hands Rescue. Senator, I want to make this announcement. From Monique and Rob Hill, a donation of $10,000. Huh? Woo! Wow.
Wow.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We thank everybody who's gotten involved already. You've been poring over those auction items, right?
I've got my cell phone here, Mike. I'm looking. Hey, by the way, I want to thank Mike Ducey right here, right now for doing this. You are
it's
awesome.
my pleasure.
You always,
it's my pleasure.
Yes,
No.
you always give back to the community. We love you. We love you. And I know this is an organization that's close to your heart, too.
It is.
I'm going to tear up already. I am looking at these auction items. Now, I'm a shopper, okay? I've got a black belt
really?
in shopping.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. And I'm looking at the deals here now. I think that I heard that this closes out at 8:30, and I am looking at these bargains right here. Oh, my gosh. A lot of this stuff's going for half price. Now, I'm not going to tell everybody what not to bid against, because they may be bidding against me, because I'm bidding on a lot of this stuff. There's jewelry. There's gift certificates for things, places that we go eat. They're going for half price right now. Well, you might as well donate to Ranch Hand Rescue and go out to eat for half price?
Great deal.
What kind of deal is
Absolutely.
that? Oh my goodness, there are Christmas decorations, there are all kind of goods. This is an opportunity, y'all, to spend money for some really incredible items and help a wonderful organization. And you know what? Thank you to the people that donated these incredible items too. I see all kind of Texas things and flags, wall art. Oh my goodness, the jewelry is what really is appealing to me, because some of this jewelry is right now priced at about 1/4 of the selling price. And I encourage everybody to go online and shop, but I'm going online and shop too, Mike.
RanchhandRescue.org.
RanchhandRescue.org, yes.
I think you have a few more words to say, and you're going to get us into our next video presentation.
Well, yes,
here,
and
too.
you know, the testimonials are always what get me. And you are about to hear a testimonial that is going to touch your heart. So without further ado, a testimonial.
My name is Ethan, and I'm 14. I was really struggling and was having a lot of trouble with anger. I would also shut down and not talk to anyone. My mom had me in counseling, and I guess it was okay, but it was very hard to talk about what happened to me. My mom told me one day we were going to try a different type of counseling. She told me it involved animals. I don't really know how everything happened, but I learned that I was an innocent victim. After a few months, I was able to talk about what happened to me. The boy who abused me was 17. The animals helped me to understand that you can be hurt and you can get better and have a good life. I learned how to regulate my emotions, and best of all, I learned that it is okay to play and be a kid again. I want to thank you, Mr. Williams, for helping me. I hope that God continues to bless you and your animals.
My name is Landon Dixon, and I'm a counselor at Ranch Hands Rescue. And I just want to talk to y'all today about the work that we do and what makes it so important that you're a part of it. Trauma is pervasive, and it robs an individual's sense of identity and safety in the world. I have with me a testimonial from a young woman who unfortunately is typical of the type of clients that we see. This is about Ava. She was a 10-year-old girl referred to us by the Denton County District Attorney's Office. She experienced sexual abuse resulting in reconstructive surgery. When she first came to counseling, she was very timid, scared, and having great confusion about appropriate versus inappropriate boundaries. Ava was also afraid of the large animals and chose to begin working with the chickens. She learned what made chickens feel happy and what made them feel sad, and soon began to talk about her own feelings. She disclosed to her counselor that her adoptive father had sexually abused her. She stated that she was very scared, angry, and sad when it happened, and that it was very painful. She soon began to realize that she was a lot braver than she thought and decided to work with the medium-sized animals. Ava began to build healthy relationships with the miniature horses and goats as they taught her appropriate boundaries and appropriate touches. Ava realized that animals do not like to be hurt, much like she didn't like to be hurt. I personally chose to come to Ranch Hands Rescue because I believe in the mission of Ranch Hands Rescue. What we do is serve those who are innocent. They are innocent victims. They do not deserve what happened to them, neither the animals, nor the children, nor the adults. It keeps us up at night, it breaks our hearts on a daily basis, but it's worth it to see them heal, to see the hope come back into their eyes. That's why we do what we do, and that's why we need help to do it.
When I started Ranch Hands Rescue, I wanted to develop a program for people that just weren't responding in traditional counseling. And so this program is designed for that 1% to 8% of individuals, primarily children, who need a different, more alternative approach to mental health counseling. Those of you who know me know my story. I'm a survivor of rape. I'm also an addict and alcoholic. I've been clean and sober now for over half of my life. I understand trauma, and I understand all the things associated with the pain of not wanting to live. In my case, I still have an extreme fear of closing my eyes and going to sleep. I still have those moments where none of us know when PTSD is going to rear its ugly head or what's going to happen. But today I have the tools that I need to say to myself, look, you're not 17 anymore. and to bring myself back, so to speak, and deal with that anxiety in a different and a healthy way. When I was first asked to be on the governor's task force to develop a strategy for boys and young men that were being sex trafficked in the state of Texas, I was honored and humbled. I really didn't realize that this was such a huge problem at the time. My eyes have been opened to just what an epidemic this is. If you look at the statistics, it all starts with solicitation. And this is such a complex issue because 70% of these kids in the US are coming out of the foster care system. Many of them have survival sex or do things for money just to survive. And then you've got individuals out there who are taking advantage of them. They say, look, we'll give you $300 or we'll buy you a pair of Nike shoes or whatever the case is. They drug them up and get them high. And then before you know it, these kids go, well, this is easy money. And it is until a trafficker picks them up. And when a trafficker picks them up, it's all over. They are beaten into submission. It is human slavery. And there is not one rational person that can even begin to comprehend what these young people go through. Recent studies show that 40% of online solicitation, which is where it starts, are for boys 11 to 13 years old. And the reason that I decided to open Bob's House of Hope for young men 17 to 24 who have been sex trafficked is because there isn't one. And so I said, we can fill that void. You know, I'm asked a lot to speak at various events and community events and things like that. And I'm always shocked at how people don't want to talk about this issue. The reality is that by burying your head in the sand or not talking about it, it doesn't make it go away. Today, I'm asking you, humbly, I'm begging you to get involved with us, to not just write a check, but to step up and be part of our organization, join our advisory board, do a fundraiser for us, volunteer at our events. Anything that you can do to help us in this fight. I want to thank each and every one of you that are here tonight for being one of the very few that are standing with us in this fight against human trafficking of boys and young men. You're truly an inspiration to me and part of the individual group that's really going to help us bring awareness to this issue and be on the forefront of stopping this horrific epidemic of boys and young men being human trafficked. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for your love and your kindness and your support. It's my drink.
You know, Bob Williams is such a special man. I was given the privilege of being asked to introduce Bob Williams, and it's very difficult for me because this man is so close to my heart. I went online, Bob, to look at, you know, some of the typical biographical information that people would find if you look somebody up on the internet. And if you look this guy up on the internet, when you find Ranch Hand Rescue, and everything about him is talking about other people. But I know a lot about Bob Williams. Bob Williams is a rescuer. He's a rescuer of broken animals, and he's a rescuer of broken people with a heart of gold. Now, in 2008, Williams began Ranch Hand Rescue, located right here in Denton, Texas, with a mission to bring together abused and neglected animals with abused and neglected people. It's a place for those who have fallen through the cracks. Now, you can go online and read about everything that Bob Williams has done, but I can tell you this. The good Lord sent special people to this earth to do special things. And one of the most special people that I've ever met, you're going to hear from right now.
Bob Williams.
Thank you very much. You're very special. I love you a lot. Thank you. Well, where would we be without Senator Nelson's leadership, and where would Texas be? I mean, she's just one of the most amazing women that you've ever met, and her accomplishments are longer than I am tall. So thank you very much, Senator Nelson. I'm so grateful for your kindness and your support and your compassion, and for all you do for human trafficking victims in Texas. Let's give Senator Nelson a big hand if we could.
Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I want to thank Sheriff Murphy for that amazing check. I'm just, I thought I was going to faint. I am so moved, you know. Anyways, thank you. I want to take a moment to wish a speedy recovery to our president, President Trump, and First Lady Melania Trump, and all those who are affected by COVID, all those who have passed away from COVID-19, and all of their families. I want you to know that you all remain in our prayers. When I started Ranch Hands Rescue, I really just wanted to help people. It was a pretty simple question I asked. It was, you know, where do people go that you can't help? I never wanted to take anything away from the wonderful work that any organization did, because I knew that they could help most people. But my question was, the 1 to 8% are the individuals that need a different approach. Where do they go? Those are the ones that fall through the cracks that Senator Nelson talked about. They're the ones that when they come to us, we have 28 partner agencies that refer to us, they're very damaged. When kids or women or veterans or any individual regress in their programs, we start seeing not only the individual trauma that they're dealing with, such as the sexual abuse or the sex trafficking, but we start to see eating disorders and self-mutilation or self-harm. You know, all kinds of horrific things, severe depression, severe anger, very, very serious issues. So we've not only got to deal with the trauma that they've dealt with and the PTSD that they're dealing with, but we also have to deal with all the existing things that have manifested themselves. When our people see terrible, terrible things every day, they, you know, an example would be a 15-year-old boy who was sex trafficked for 8 years to not only men, but also to women, and animals were brought into the sexual abuse. A 12-year-old girl who was molested for 4 years by her uncle. A 10-year-old boy who was sexually abused by a youth minister for over a year. A 41-year-old woman who was beaten and raped for over 20 years and finally got the courage to leave her husband. A 33-year-old veteran who was sexually abused as a child. It went unreported. Then he goes into the military. He sees battle. He has PTSD. He gets a medical discharge. He comes home and he tries to commit suicide. A 23-year-old sex trafficking victim who was forced to see 10 to 15 people a day. All innocent victims. The world today is so divided. You know, there's such hate, and I don't really understand it, because I don't have any hate in my heart for anybody. I believe that we should be helping each other, that we should be taking care of each other, that we shouldn't be judging each other. And the hardest thing that I ever had to do in my entire life was to forgive the man that raped me when I was 17 years old. But the reality is that without forgiveness, there really isn't any healing. And so it's a good place for all of us to start and to look inside of ourselves. The reality is that wouldn't the world be a better place if we could all show a little bit more love, a little bit more kindness to each other, and a little bit more compassion? That's what I believe. The clients that we see, they struggle. They struggle every day. There's over 110 of them every week in our program. But I get to watch them get healthy. You know, the hard part is that they come in and they're really struggling with all these different issues. And I have a newfound respect over the past 12 years for all of the frontline people, our men and women in blue, the people that are in law enforcement, the nurses and the doctors and all the frontline workers. We're really blessed that those people are there to serve others and to help others. I always envisioned that my program would be what I call 360 degrees. We figured out the sanctuary piece, and I'm proud of all the animals that we've saved over the years, all with special needs, all that we call, the ones that we call the throwaways, the ones that nobody wants. I'm proud of the counseling program that we've developed, the thousands of people that we've helped, both children and adults. And now we're about to, with your help, open the first ever safe house in the country for young men that have been sex trafficked, 18 to 24 years old. And that's the biggest thing that I've ever done in my entire life. To, you know, when I started this, I always asked myself, where's the void? You know what I mean? I always thought that our safe house would be for veterans, that it would be a residential component, that we would help veterans have a place where they could go, where they could heal. And when I found out that there wasn't any place for young men to go to that have been sex trafficked, I said, we can do that. And a year and a half ago, we started this movement that is now exploding across the U.S. and the entire world, that is starting to talk about the sex trafficking of boys and young men and how real it is. The average age that young men are targeted on the internet is 13 years old. So I believe it's our moral obligation to help these young men. But I want you to know that I can't do it without your help. I need each and every one of you. I do need to just take a minute and thank a few people that are here tonight. I want to obviously thank Senator Nelson, Sheriff Tracy Murphy. You're going to hear from Chief Frank Dixon in a few minutes. I want to thank my partner Marty, 34 years. He has stood by my side. Our clinical director Landon, Stephanie, DJ Austin, what an amazing young man that he is. And his mom and dad, Grace and Adrian. Our techs that are here tonight, and you got, if you need a great media company, you got to hire these guys. We'll post all their information on the website. But Christian and Hal and Eric, Donna Snow from HGTV, Texas Flip and Move, and Myers Jackson is also with us tonight from Texas Flip and Move. My best friends, Bill and Sherry Bono, and their son Anthony. Of course, Lynn, the infamous Frenchie is here, who's going to speak in a few minutes, and everybody knows Frenchie. Brandy, I don't even know what to say, but when you see the Power Hat Company and everything that she's doing to help victims of sex trafficking, you're going to be pretty happy. Our philanthropic chairs, Clinton, Corey, Corbin, and of course, all of our volunteers. It just means so much. Lucy and the gang that's here, my assistant Laura, and of course, we couldn't do any of it without my friend Mike Ducey and his beautiful wife, Ruth. Thank you so much. May God bless you, and I hope that if you get a chance and God permits that you'll donate. Take care. You know that I never had a son, and if I did have a son, I'd want him to be just like the person that I'm about to introduce you to. He's one of the smartest, kindest, best individuals that I know, one of the best men I know. And he's in charge of it. We just promoted him 6 months ago to our clinical director, and he's already doing amazing things for us. Ladies and gentlemen, Landon Dickinson.
Thank you, Bob. What an honor to be here tonight. When I started at Ranch Hands Rescue, I was actually just a LPC intern. So I was just starting out, getting my hours. I'd been in the mental health field for quite a while, but and I'd seen some pretty hard stuff: suicide, death, trauma, psychosis, but nothing quite like what we encounter at Ranch Hands Rescue. You know, Bob mentioned some stories, and And I just want to kind of bring it home with what my experience has been more than anything. We had a, tear up thinking about it, we had a young man, again, sexually abused, animals brought in, 6 suicide attempts, in and out of different treatment programs, no progress whatsoever, just getting worse. And his family had lost all hope of him getting better, and so did he. I mean, it broke my heart, still does, just to think back to where he started. And at the same time, we got a sheep named Starlight, and she went through a significant amount of trauma and ongoing medical conditions and continued surgeries to try to get better. And she was so skittish. She would just run. She wouldn't let you anywhere near her. I worked with her every day for 3 months straight to get her to where she would even let you touch her head and scratch her head. And then I brought this young man in to work with her. And the transformation, I'm a very science-minded guy, but it was magical. It was incredible. And he transformed. She transformed. She is now the cuddliest. She's like a dog. She just comes up and paws at you and rubs her head on you. It's adorable. And he, through his work with me and with her, he is now working full-time. He's got straight A's. He hasn't self-harmed, hasn't been suicidal. He hasn't had any kind of drugs or alcohol, anything for a year. 10 years of no success, no progress, nothing. And he's just a teenager. He's just a kid. And after spending time with Starlight and a little bit of me, it's mostly Starlight, he's recovered. He has hope. He has a plan for his life now. He's no longer trapped by his trauma. And that's why we do what we do. I've met so many incredible people working here, and I'm so proud to be a part of this. We've got incredible clinicians, Carla O'Hara, Karen Ziegenfuss, Jenny Norton, and recently added Gerardo Blanco. We just have such amazing people working here, and all of our ranch hands and volunteers, they have such a heart for not only the animals, but the clients we serve, and that's what makes me proud. And I am just so honored to be a part of this with you, Bob. You saw something in me that I didn't even see, and that's the same way it is with the animals and the clients that we serve, that 1 to 8%. You saw something in them that nobody else could see, and I'm just so honored to be a part of it, and I hope that I make you proud. I hope I make all the donors proud with the work that I do and the expansion of our program to Bob's House of Hope. And honestly, with y'all's help, I'd love to see a Ranch Hands Rescue in every state. What do y'all think? Ranch Hands Rescue in every state? All right. Thank you again, Bob. And we've got a wonderful rest of the evening for you. Mike Ducey's up next.
Landon, I think talking for just a second here. You've been giving me some cues, so I'll let you just tell the folks directly what you've been telling me about getting involved in different aspects of the program tonight. Again, we announced the tremendous $10,000 donation from the Hills earlier.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, that's incredible.
I love them. They're fantastic people.
You talked about the diamond drawing as well?
Yes,
What's that?
there is a diamond drawing on the auction, and there's only a couple of people in there, so you got a really good opportunity to get to get some really incredible diamonds at a very low cost. So get in on that drawing.
Just let me thank you personally for helping me out in the last few days as this thing has been coming together. Sure. I get a little weird, Bob, when things are different, you know, and everything's been different for, what, 8-9 months now.
Right.
So people who can kind of take me through, I appreciate it. And you've done a great job with that.
All your notes I created. But I do want to thank you because you were tremendous last year when I gave Bob the Trailblazer Award. I just remember that moment when you and I looked at each other and were like, now's the time.
Yeah.
This is the moment.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. So thank you for being here.
Thanks for your words tonight. Landon, everybody. There we go. Bob, you've got another special guest to introduce, I know.
Yes, thank you. So, you know, on the law enforcement side, I think you all know how I feel about our Sheriff Tracy Murphy. And about a year ago or a little longer, I got to meet our next guest, and he's one of the finest men I've ever met. I mean, just an amazing history in law enforcement and the military, kind and good, really changing the way that policing is being done. And I am so proud that he's with us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Chief Frank Dixon.
Thank you, Bob. I can't tell you how wonderful it is to be here with you. And like Bob said, I met him just under 2 years ago. And you can't meet him and not immediately be drawn to him because of how warm and open he is. But then I find out that he's doing this thing called Ranch Hands Rescue. And at the time, I didn't know what that was. So I went back and did what I should do as a decent police officer. I did a little bit of research, and I found out that Bob had launched this vision of his, that he not only paired up people and taking care of people, but he paired up people that have been neglected and abused, suffer from mental illness, with farm animals that have been abused and neglected, to really provide what we talk about oftentimes in law enforcement and mental health specifically, that's wraparound services. But he took it a step further. He's talking about deep, intensive psychotherapy sessions where he's taking care of these young men and women that have been victims and survivors of sex trafficking, people suffering from mental illness, veterans that are suffering from PTS, because we don't say it's not a disorder, so we drop that D. That D's bad. He's taking care of people, and that's what I think we're missing a lot in this country right now, is we're not looking at one another as human beings, and we're not taking care of one another as people. And that's what Bob and folks like Landon, they're doing it, and when you talk to them, you see the passion coming from them. You see how involved they are. So whether you can give $25,000 like Tracy Murphy did earlier, or you can come out and donate your time, you can donate equipment, you can come out and be part of the solution and not always sit back and wait for someone else to do it. If you can't do anything else, drop by and let them know that you care. Bring them something that they can use, call them and ask them what they need. Because we can't do it alone. This isn't a law enforcement problem, it's not a community problem, this is a us problem. This is a human problem. So we have to work together to get this done. There's absolutely no reason why we can't. We're talking about the world's first program that was born right here in Denton. That is just incredible. So Bob, I can't thank you enough for having me tonight. I look forward to many years working alongside you and helping support you any way that the Denton Police Department can. We're going to be with you. If you ever need anything at all, reach out to us. And if you don't know about Ranch Hands Rescue, I'll steal a little bit of Mr. Ducey's plug here. ranchhandsrescue.org. Go to it, find out about it, get involved, and let's do this together.
Hey, greetings everyone. Lieutenant Colonel Allen West, the chairman of the Republican Party of Texas. One of the problems that we have here in Texas is that we are the #1 state in the United States of America for human and sex trafficking. It's something that we have to rectify. The two cities that are tops in the state of Texas for human and sex trafficking, Houston and Dallas. But the good news is that we have a place, Ranch Hands Rescue, that takes care of those young boys and girls who have been victims of human and sex trafficking, especially the sex trafficking. We want to make sure that we assist Ranch Hands Rescue. We want to make sure that we do everything that we possibly can to end this scourge here in the great state of Texas. That means we want to secure our borders. That means we want tougher penalties, but we also need to have a place where these young boys and girls can go, where they can find peace, they can find respite, they can find the start of a new way of life. So please, support Ranch Hands Rescue and make sure that we end this incredible blight upon the Lone Star State. We want the Lone Star to shine brightly, but the brilliance is somewhat dim when we have the scourge of human sex trafficking of our young boys and girls in this great state. I think that this is something that regardless of your quote-unquote political affiliation, we can join hands and make sure we end human and sex trafficking in the great state of Texas and support Ranch Hands Rescue. God bless you all. God bless Texas. Thank you so much.
All right, we're back live and ready to introduce another special guest here tonight at our gala. He was a three-time Super Bowl champion with the Dallas Cowboys. He attended the Air Force Academy and flew missions in the Persian Gulf. I've gotten to know him really well through the years. I covered him when he was a Cowboy player, and we've done a lot of shows together while he was a player and since. He's just a first-rate individual and one of my favorite Cowboys that I've had the privilege to cover. And he was kind enough to say, he lives in Flower Mound as well. He's kind enough to say a few words about our mission here tonight. His name is Chad Hennings.
Hi, I'm former Dallas Cowboy Chad Hennings, and I want to thank you for being a part of this virtual event for Bob's House of Hope. These past several months, we've all experienced a pandemic with the COVID virus. But I've just become more and more aware as of late another epidemic that our nation is facing, that is of human trafficking. Many times this happens in our own backyard. An astonishing statistic that over 1/10 of all human trafficking cases occur in our great state of Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, that's unacceptable. And many times, statistics show that many times young men are the ones that are involved in these human trafficking cases. And that's why Bob's House of Hope exists, is to give young men that are rescued from human trafficking another chance at life, where they're given long-term residential care to treat them holistically, mind, body, and spirit. And I ask you to join me in supporting Bob's House of Hope with your finances, with your prayers, most certainly, and with your time, talent, and treasure, whatever that means to you. Join me in helping them to help these young men at another chance in life. Thank you, take care, and God bless.
For those words on behalf of Ranch Hands Rescue, again, ranchhandsrescue.org, donate anytime. Auction continues, the silent auction closes, I gotta see what time it is right now, we have 15 minutes left, is that it for the auction? That's a hard out at 8:30 for sure? Yes. We're not gonna fudge at all? No. It's really gonna close at 8:30? Yes. Okay. So if anybody, wants to bid a little more on that Destin trip, they can, if you know what I mean. That's fine. No, I'm just kidding. Singer Samantha Hodge is a dear friend of Ranch Hands Rescue. We put a slideshow together to her lovely music, and I think you're going to like it. We hope it moves you as much as it moves us. Take a look.
I'm Samantha Hodge. My fiance, Landon Dickinson, is the Director of Clinical Services for Ranch Hands Rescue. As his partner, I've been able to witness the passion that RHR has for helping people and animals, and especially their recovery from trauma. Ignite Hope is not only about keeping RHR going, but it's also about saving lives. Please donate today.
Goes
Moved by the outpouring of love and support. I just got a message from Dustin Austin, who owns Our Country Homes. He's a big developer and home builder here, incredible organization, that he'll donate $25,000 to match the sheriff's donation if, yeah, it's pretty special. If we can raise another $25,000, so we need to get the checks coming in if we can, and that would give us a total of $75,000. So please, if you can donate, do so via our website. Feel free to text me, whatever you can do. Thank you.
Thanks, Bob. All right. That's a $25,000 match if we can come up with it as well. Want to continue introducing you to special guests who are joining us here tonight via recorded messages. Since his early days in politics, State Senator Pat Fallon has been a supporter of our work here at Ranch Hand Rescue. We hope he is on his way to Washington, D.C. as one of our next congressmen from Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, a special message from Pat Fallon.
Hi, I'm Texas Senator Pat Fallon, and I just wanted to reach out and let everybody know what a great job Ranch Hand Rescue does for folks that are vulnerable and are healing. And we want to do everything we can to support them. And I want to thank Bob Williams and all the wonderful people that are doing God's work here on earth. Thank you so much, and let's all support Ranch Hand Rescue.
Alan, thank you very much. Colonel Mark Roy is not only a real-life war hero, but has been involved with Ranch Hand Rescue for the past 10 years. Our veterans program is very important to Ranch Hand Rescue, and as you may know, about 20%, you've heard it referenced tonight, but the number is about 20% of the practice serves veterans who, with severe PTSD and trauma. We're proud to be that he's part of our family and appreciate all of his support. A special message now from Colonel Mark Roy.
Hey, Facebook world, Roy, veteran advocate, and I'm here to talk to you about something very important. You know, imagine children being sexually abused and their trauma is so bad that they have to look into alternative therapy. Think of an abused woman that she's so terrified and scared that normal therapy just doesn't work for her. Or think about a veteran who's just searching for that peace after combat. Well, guess what? We got an organization that helps all three of those individuals and all three of those kinds of people. It's called Ranch Hands Rescue. They find these amazing animals, they rescue them, they pair them up with these traumatized people, and for some reason God's working his magic, and these people get to heal and get some peace in their life. So I'm here to tell you about Ranch Hands Rescue. They need your help, they need your support, and they need your donations. I already got Marine Corps League backing them. I got the American Legion Post 71 backing them, but I need you backing them. And there's something very exciting about to happen too. Bob's House of Hope. There's kind of a forgotten group of young men and young boys that are sex trafficked here in the United States. And Bob's House of Hope is going to be a source of comfort and a source of healing for them. And it's going to be opening soon. So we need everybody to get out there and support Ranch Hands Rescue. Thank you, and God bless you.
Mark Roy, thank you very much. Special announcement before we move on to our next guest. Matt and Jerry Smith, $1,000 donation. Thank you very much. Thanks to the Smiths. Our next guest is a man I know well. We've worked together for, I would say, about 15 years. You know, the weathermen who are kind of like used car salesmen and kind of slick and stuff? He's the other one. He's not that one. He's the other one. He's the best in the business, really knows his stuff. A good friend of mine, Fox 4 Chief Meteorologist Dan Henry.
Good evening, Dan Henry, Chief Meteorologist at Fox 4 in Dallas. Want to wish a hearty congratulations to Bob Williams and the entire Ranch Hands Rescue team. It's a truly unique approach with abused animals, providing a source of comfort to people that really can't be reached in any other way. People helping animals, and animals in turn helping people. Again, all the best to Bob and his entire Ranch Hands Rescue family. Congratulations and best of luck at your big event tonight. I hope that everyone gives generously.
Thank you, Dan. Dan was brief for once in his life. Usually he's the reason I don't get any time for sports, but he kept it short and sweet, and we appreciate his contribution to our program here tonight. 4 minutes and the auction closes. By my count, 4 minutes and the silent auction closes. Get your final bids in right now. Our next guest is a special friend of Ranch Hand Rescue, international singer Maria Elena Infantino on the board of directors. Many of you know that she performs all over the world. Prior to COVID, she was traveling and performing concerts in Europe, Italy, and Bulgaria. But since the pandemic has been stuck in Bulgaria, she sent us this video all the way from that location. Maria Elena and Bob are great friends, very close, and we appreciate you very much. We're sorry you couldn't be here tonight. We all miss you. Can't wait until you can get back home. But here she is with her special message for us.
Hello everybody at Ranch Hands Rescue. My name is Maria Elena Infantino. This is my pianist Georgi Slavchev. And we're here in Bulgaria supporting this wonderful cause that I'm proud to be on the board of. Thank you, Bob, for all the work you do. It is very important that we support Ranch Hands Rescue because not only it helps animals helping people, but we need to also build a safe house because young men and young boys are sex trafficked too. So please help us raise funds. And here's for you today a song that you'll all enjoy in English and in French. Thank you.
Our son lives in Pensacola, so I go down for 6
All right,
weeks.
we're back. Thank you all for joining us. Thanks for being here. Thank you, Maria Elena Infantino. What a beautiful, fantastic performer she is. I just want to give you all a heads up. If you don't watch Coffee with the CEO, which you should, you don't know this, but if we hit our $125,000 mark, I'm shaving my beard. And it looks like that's going to happen because between Sheriff Murphy and the matching donation and Monique and Rob Hill and then some more people that have come in, Marty Pelasco, $1,000, Patrick Edison, $150, Hua Zhang, $500, and Jerry and Matt Smith for another $1,000. Thank them. All right. Now get your final bids in real quick because I think the time's up or almost up. Oh, it's up. Okay, you're done. Sorry. Deal with it. So, and we just want to take a moment to thank Jason and Hillary Roberts for hosting us here at Circle R Ranch. Can we give them a big hand? All right. And thank you as well to Rex King for being here tonight, America's Auctioneer. Where are you at? I'm back here. There you are. Thank you for being here. All right. So we are here tonight to talk about something very serious, and I've got Chief Frank Dixon and Sheriff Tracy Murphy here to talk about it. We have a big problem in this country, and it's one that not many people are talking about, but these two gentlemen are, I'm honored to stand beside them as they will speak about it. And that's the sex trafficking of boys, and then the way we're going to address it, which is Bob's House of Hope. Sheriff Murphy, can you speak to the issue itself and what you see from the law enforcement side?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, as I said earlier, you know, even being a law enforcement veteran of 30 years, when you talk about sex trafficking, the first thing that comes into your mind is the trafficking of young girls. And I can tell you, you know, you heard earlier about the 4 and 10 arrested in Tarrant County. We're actively searching for boys. And I can tell you firsthand about we ran a couple of online solicitation stings in the city of Denton with the help of Chief Dixon and his guys. And it amazed me that the vast majority of those were seeking out young boys. And this isn't the guy in the trench coat standing on the corner that you grab your kids away from. I mean, these were men from all walks of life, from all socioeconomic backgrounds, from different religions, races, a administrator at the University of North Texas down to, you know, a husband and father who are actively out there searching for these boys. And Bob's House of Hope is just an amazing thing to happen in Denton County because, you know, boys and girls are different. They need to be treated different, and there are different things you need to do. And having a home specifically for these boys is just amazing, and I'm proud that it's here.
Thank you, Tracy Murphy. We appreciate you. Chief Dixon, I was hoping you could speak maybe to the local impact of sex trafficking in Denton County, maybe even with a special attention to COVID, because we know we've seen an increase in this lately.
We have, and one of the things that is very seldom talked about, like the sheriff said, is this impacting young men. You know, oftentimes we talk about young women, but especially since March, we have seen just an incredible uptick of domestic violence, an uptick in sex trafficking, an uptick in child abuse, and that's just, it's really disturbing when you sit back and you think about it. At a time where you don't have these young men and women able to escape their homes or escape their abusers for any amount of time because schools, for the most part, have been closed down or they're doing them virtually. They don't have that ability to escape for a little bit and to have a safe haven of sorts. We're starting to see just an increase in it. With all of our service partners that we work with, you're seeing more interviews, you're seeing more forensic, seeing nurses that need to be employed because to keep up with the cases, and it's just incredible. And it's to the tune of now we're going to start making a very specialized, very directed approach at looking at how we investigate proactively sex trafficking, specifically in human trafficking in its totality here in Denton. working alongside all of our partners, including Sheriff Murphy and his folks, Texas DPS, the Attorney General's office. We're really going to try to make a very concerted effort to get a task force of sorts.
Fantastic. We love that. That's why I'm so honored to be a part of this and to be a member of Denton County, because we have wonderful men like this that are actually taking this head on. They're not saying, oh, well, maybe that's not happening here. No, it's happening. We know it, and they're addressing it head on. And that's what has to happen, because what we're talking about here from a clinical perspective is complex PTSD, complex trauma, meaning it started in childhood and it continues throughout childhood, adolescence, and then into adulthood. And you cannot overcome that with a 30-day managed care program. You need a long-term residential safe house like Bob's House of Hope. This is what it takes, beside our law enforcement and beside clinicians and beside all the wonderful organizations in Denton County that are coming together to make this possible, and above all, alongside you. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it very much. Make sure my mic's on. There we go. I thank everybody who got involved in the silent auction. The auction is closed now, and enjoy your items. Round of applause for everybody who got involved in the auction. There we go. All right. We thank Mark Seebeck for a donation of $1,000. Carrie Myers, $500. And Carol Wynn, $100 donation. Thank you so much. Feeling a little bit like Jerry Lewis here tonight. I'm kind of digging it. Dean Martin's going to walk out here at any moment. 4 people understand what I'm talking about, right? All right, our next guest, most of you know his father, Oliver Stone, and we're pleased to welcome actor, director, producer, and screenwriter Sean Stone as a new member of the Ranch Hands Rescue family. Let's watch a message from Sean.
Hi, I'm Sean Stone, and I'm very proud to know that my grandmother, Jacqueline Stone, was a big supporter of Ranch Hands Rescue, a ranch in Texas that is devoted to being not only an animal sanctuary and rescuing beautiful animals, especially these horses, but also turning horses into counselors. Many of us are now familiar with how horses offer so much wisdom in their energy, in their calm spirit, and they've helped many people from the young to the old to heal trauma and wounds. So I'm very inspired to hear about the work that Ranch Hands Rescue is doing, and I hope to be there soon to visit.
Yeah, hey, good morning from Sofia, Bulgaria. It's Louis Mangelo here. Just want to say a big congratulations to Ranch Hands. I'm very impressive with what you guys are doing, veterans, animals, etc. Not only is it impressive, it's a necessity these days. So whoever gets this message, please help it. All donations help. It's to a great cause. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Maria, Elena, as always. God bless. Great cause. Let's make a donation, please. Thanks, guys. Louis.
Hello, everybody. It's Clarissa Burt, founder of In the Limelight Media. And I hope that everyone is having an extraordinary time with Ignite Hope this evening for Ranch Hands Rescue. I know that wherever children are in need, and animals are too, that once they find each other, kind of magical things can happen. So I'm thankful to every one of you that is doing what they can in support, in assistance, and in donating this evening to help these children, to help the animals, and to help them help one another. You all have a really great time tonight, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, we're back live. The Ignite Hope 2020 Gala here at the ranch. This has just been wonderful tonight. We thank everybody who's tuning in, everybody who's contributing and donating. We're still looking to raise $25,000 to get a $25,000 match and continue to build our total here tonight. Singer Gabby Hill has been involved with Ranch Hands Rescue since she was in junior high. She's away at college now, and we're proud to have watched her grow and launch her singing career. She is a very talented young lady with an incredible voice. You're going to be seeing a lot more of her in the future. Take a look.
Hello, beautiful people at Ranch Hand Rescue. I'm so excited to be able to sing a few songs for you guys tonight. And the first one I have is called Happily Ever Now. And I wrote this about living your life right now in the beauty and what you're going to do in this world and not being afraid to conquer it. So. I wake up, no makeup, sun coming through the window pane. I catch my reflection and I can't look away. What are you waiting for? Gonna break down that door. Nobody in history who didn't believe there was something greater in store. Living my happily ever now. Lift my arms up, let my arms down. Stop worrying about where will I, when will I, how will I, wait till I got no time to waste. Living my happily ever now. Today. Each moment I'm focused, I'm ready, gonna win the day. The ups and the downs, I learn from my mistakes. There's no more waiting for it. Gonna break down that door again. Nobody in history who didn't believe there was something greater in store. Living my happily ever now. Lift my eyes up, let my arms down. Stop worrying about where will I, when will I, how will I, wait till I got no time to waste. Living my happily ever now. Today. Gotta stay here in the moment because it's mine and I own it. My story is written, now I'm gonna live it. Gotta stay here in the moment because it's mine and I own it. My story is written, now I'm gonna live in my happily ever now. Lift my eyes up, let my guard down. Stop worrying about where will I, when will I, how will I, wait till I got no time to waste. Live in my happily ever now. Today. Today, yeah. Today, today.
It's beautiful. Yes. So excited to get some of my colleagues from Fox 4 involved in the action here tonight. Good Day is the top-rated local, that's the top-rated morning news show, local or otherwise, in DFW, if I may say so myself. Yeah. 4 to 10 a.m. There are people that go to work at 4 in the morning to be on TV. I'll hop on there maybe at 7 from time to time. It's easier now that I'm at home, by the way, doing that. But Lauren Prisbel is the co-anchor with Tim Ryan from, I guess they're on from 6 to 10 every morning on Good Day. And she has this to say about Ranch Hands Rescue.
Hi there, it's with Fox 4 Good Day. Bob Williams and Ranch Hands Rescue, you continue to amaze me. Thank you so much for giving so many broken souls hope and love and kindness. The men and the animals, I mean, you help them pick up the pieces and you put them together and they connect in such a magical way year after year after year. Thank you so much for being difference makers in our community. We can't thank you enough.
Hi, my name is Monique Hill from Flower Mound, and I am a longtime supporter and friend of Ranch Hands Rescue. In fact, sometimes I even call myself the president of the Bob Williams fan club. Well, I'm really honored to talk to you about them today, and I have so many things that I could tell you about them, so I will try to keep it short. I started my relationship with Ranch Hands Rescue when I was the director of missions at my church, and we were just looking to do some community service projects. Well, what started out as a simple relationship has grown into a lifelong friendship with somebody I think very highly of and am honored to call my friend. I can't believe how this organization has grown from just rescuing a few animals to using those animals in counseling with children. And now, I remember when Bob talked to me years ago about wanting to open a home for boys who have been sex trafficked. Now, I have daughters, and I have been worried sick that something like that would happen to them. I never thought that this would happen to boys. And so, with this home, obviously, Bob is trying to fulfill a need that's not met out there, and that's what he's done all along from the very beginning. Today, I happened to be at the ranch when they rescued a new donkey, and I just want to share this with you because I feel like it just shows the heart of who Ranch Hands is and who the staff members are. So they were coaxing this donkey into one of the stalls that had never been put in a stall before. And as soon as they finally got it in, after some struggles, very gentle, but coaxing it in without any abuse or physical tough touch, they got the animal in, and the ranch hand knelt down on his knees, stood in front of the donkey, took the donkey in his hands, looked up into his face, and said, "You and I are going to be best friends. You are going to love it here, and we are going to take such great care of you." And I knew that was true because I've watched it happen with animal after animal and child after child. I have very close family friends or family members who have been abused as children. And so when I give my donations of time or financial, I do it in honor of them because I know it works and I know it's making a difference. So I hope that you will consider either a financial donation, maybe in the future a donation of time, or if you can't do that, just maybe hit a like button or hit a share button so that you can spread the word about the wonderful work that they do. Thank you.
Monique Hill, thank you very much. Such a passionate advocate for the cause. Monique and Rob with that $10,000 donation that we told you about earlier. One more round of applause might be in order there, you bet. Our next guest is a former Oklahoma Sooner, a college football All-American, a two-time Super Bowl winner with the Dallas Cowboys, good friend of mine. You see him quite often on Fox 4, and he lives not far from where we stand right now in Flower Mound. His name, Tony Casillas. Here's Tony.
Hi everyone, this is Tony Casillas, two-time Super Bowl champion and College Football Hall of Famer, and thank you for stopping by and supporting Ranch Hands Rescue. Now you may or may not know this, but it's the only animal sanctuary in America to partner abused and neglected farm animals in trauma-informed therapy with individuals who have not made progress in other forms of therapy. That's amazing. Bob's House of Hope will be the first safe house in the country to provide a total recovery residential program for young men ages 18 to 24 who have been victims of sex trafficking. Think about that, sex trafficking, mental health, and rescuing animals. Think about how they have thought about bringing these things, three things together. Sex trafficking is horrible, it's prevalent, and it's a form of slavery. And then mental health is something that we all think about. And we know that there's got to be a bigger awareness. And abused animals. No one likes to see an animal suffer, starve to death. So what Bob Williams has done, the CEO of Ranch Hands Rescue, who, by the way, is a victim himself, he was abused as a young person, put this type of organization together to help people and rehabilitate them, people and animals. The relationship that goes between that, the human bond between animals and people is amazing. It's that unconventional love. And I read something where kids who have been through these type of abuse situations feel more comfortable telling their problems to animals. So it's a win-win situation. And again, I know these times are tough, but I'm asking you to support this organization. Give as much as you can. I know this is one of the worst times in our country's history with the pandemic, but give a little bit because it goes a long way. With that, thank you so much for having a big heart, and God bless every one of you.
Thank you, Tony Casillas, for being with us tonight. Thank you for being with us at home as well. Keep the Ranch Hand Rescue website handy, ranchhandsrescue.org. You can donate to the cause at any time for the amazing work that Bob and his crew is doing at the Ranch Hands Rescue locations, ranchhandsrescue.org. Some other friends to introduce now. One of them is with Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Ticket, one of the morning musers, George Dunham. Another is one of my colleagues with Fox 4 Sports. He's a young man named Jeff Kolb, who hopefully many of you are getting to know. And another is a former Dallas Cowboy who, if there were any justice in the world, would be in the Ring of Honor and maybe even the Pro Football Hall of Fame. His name is Everson Walls. Let's hear from these gentlemen right now.
This is George Dunham from the Morning Musers on The Ticket. Bob Williams and the incredible team at the Ranch Hands Rescue. All the work that you do in helping victims of abuse. Familiar with your work, you're just down the road from me here in Denton County. You're in good hands tonight with Mike Ducey from Fox 4. I hope it goes really well, and I hope you have a great gala that raises money for an incredible cause.
I'm Jeff Kolb with the Fox 4 Sports Free For All team. Congratulations to Bob Williams and his Ranch Hands Rescue team for the amazing work they do helping victims of abuse. This unique program provides a lifeline to people who have stopped responding to traditional methods of counseling. It's truly a one-of-a-kind approach, with abused animals providing a source of comfort to people who can't be reached in any other way. Ranch Hands Rescue, people helping animals, and animals helping people. Again, all the best to Bob and his entire Ranch Hands Rescue family. Best of luck with your big event tonight, and we hope everybody will give generously.
Congratulations to Bob Williams and his Ranch Hands Rescue team for the amazing work that they do in helping victims of abuse. I know this is a unique program that provides a lifeline to people who have stopped responding to traditional methods of counseling. I know the Ranch Hands Rescue is all about people helping animals and animals helping people. Again, all the best to Bob and his entire Ranch Hands Rescue family. Best of luck with your benefit, and we hope that everyone will give generously. Don't we, Marley? This is my rescue dog, Marley, named after Bob. And he feels the same way, don't you, Bob? Thanks a lot, guys.
This is George Dunham from the Morning Musers on the Ticket. Just want to congratulate Bob.
So the next song I have for you guys is called Beautifully Made, and I wrote it because I believe everyone in this world has such a beautiful purpose and is made so beautifully. And it reminds me a lot of Ranch Hand Rescue and how amazing you guys are. You guys touch so many souls, so many lives, so many animals, and you are such a blessing to this world. And I'm so thankful to, along with my family, have been a part of this organization for so long. So. To tell you, unfiltered, raw truth. Let me be your mirror, lean in close, I'll make it clearer. Each curve, every scar makes you who you are. All those imperfections embrace your reflection. You deserve to know. I just wanna say you're beautifully made. Love what's on the inside makes me love the outside. You don't have to change, be any other way. Perfectly imperfect in my eyes. I just wanna say you're beautifully made. Love what's on the inside makes me love the outside. You don't have to change, be any other way. Perfectly imperfect in my eyes. I just wanna say you're beautifully made. La da da day, la da da dee da day. La da da dee da, la da da day. It's okay to love who you truly love, 'cause we're all meant to be loved. But don't forget yourself, 'cause you're more than enough. And when your doubts start to sink in, no, don't you listen. Keep your head above water, 'cause you're stronger than that. I just wanna say you're beautifully made. Love what's on the inside makes me love the outside. You don't have to change, be any other way. Perfectly imperfect in my eyes. I just wanna say you're beautifully made. Love what's on the inside makes me love the outside. You don't have to change, be any other way. Perfectly imperfect in my eyes. I just wanna say you're beautifully made. La da da day, la da da dee da day. La da da dee da, la da da day.
All right, we're back with more good news
So the next song I have
regarding donations. I wonder if I turned is my lav on still? I forgot if I turned it off. Okay. Sorry. From Ed Mullen, $1,000. Thank you very much. Stephanie Askew, $350. And $150 each from Julie Dickinson. And, I can't read my own writing, Patrick Myers. Thank you very much. Those are just a few that are rolling in. We thank everybody for getting involved, and we'll mention a few more as we go here tonight. We're happy to have Representative Michelle Beckley of District 65 to share a message with us tonight. She is an animal lover and supporter of Ranch Hands Rescue and Bob's House and Hope. Let's watch this video from Representative Beckley and her bird, Miranda.
Hi, I am State Representative Michelle Beckley, and I am so honored to be here talking about Bob's House of Hope that Bob Williams has started for helping sex-trafficked boys and young men. And I really hope you guys are going to fundraise for them tonight. The fact that he is using special needs animals as well as people that need special needs for their counseling and helping young men get back on their feet is just so wonderful happening in Denton County. You can see I have a bird store. This is my bird Miranda, and I know the joy that animals bring and how they can aid in the psychology of getting people past some of their issues. So please donate to everybody tonight. We really need to raise these funds so that we can get this started in the first quarter to give people, young men and boys that have been sex trafficked, a place to rehabilitate. Thank you, and you guys have a great evening.
Representative Beckley, thank you very much. And Miranda as well, good job. We thank, got so many of these coming in, I'm losing track. Carrie and Susan Peel, $250. Thank you for your donation here tonight. We're excited to introduce to you Jen Ford, the newest member of the Ranch Hands Rescue family. Jen is a mother, a wife, a U.S. Army veteran, singer-songwriter, and a survivor. Have a look at her message to ignite hope. Jen Ford.
Hello, my name is Jen Ford. I'm a mother, wife, U.S. Army veteran, singer and songwriter from Texas. I'm also a survivor of sexual assault. As a survivor, it is inspiring to see organizations such as Ranch Hands Rescue step forward in assisting victims of extreme trauma, especially young men. These young men have to overcome the effects of abuse, and not everyone's path to recovery is the same. Mine involved years of therapy, and music was my outlet. For many of victims of sex trafficking, they have not been given an outlet. Traditional therapy doesn't work for everyone. I like that Ranch Hands Rescue uses its unique program to ignite hope for these victims. Please donate to ranchhandrescue.org.
Hi, I'm State Representative Tan Parker, and it's an honor to be with you all tonight. Even in this virtual environment, I wish we could all be together to come and be collectively fighting to stop this horrific modern slavery, today called human trafficking. You know, there's no issue that I am more passionate about. As a father of young baby girls over the years, I fought diligently in the legislature to make certain that we put in place new laws and new rules that stop this horrible disease, and it is a disease, from occurring. We have to be aggressive, and we have to shut it down and do whatever it takes. And that's why I'm so proud to be here tonight with my good friend Bob Williams and the wonderful people at Ranch Hands Rescue. They take incredible, painstaking efforts to work with every one of these babies that is broken and hurting, the victims of human trafficking. They help them to find God's love. They find ways to help them heal that can only come through God's grace and a wonderful counselor and the loving, supporting environment that Ranch Hands Rescue provides. The ability to heal animals at the same time to heal people is just so spectacular. I just always get goosebumps thinking about the vision that Bob Williams had from the very beginning to create this amazing organization. And now Bob, after so many years of serving our children, those that have been the most wounded and the most vulnerable in our society, he's now taking up another incredibly important mission, to create a safe home for young boys that have been human trafficked. Yes, young boys. You know, in all of my efforts across Texas and having the privilege of being with the President of the United States in the Oval Office when we signed into law new federal legislation to end human trafficking, people don't talk about the fact that young boys are being trafficked as well. well. And that's why I'm so proud of this vision that Bob has, because there's such need. We have people right here in North Texas that are being trafficked. This is not just something that happens elsewhere in America. It's happening in our backyard. It's happening in our neighborhoods, right below our feet, around us every day. And so the demand, unfortunately, is so high that we've got to find the resources in our community to help Bob to stand up this new facility that will take care of the needs of these precious boys that have been trafficked. Think about it. You're young, 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old, 8-year-old, 10-year-old, 11, 12, you name the age. Young boys being trafficked right here. And that's the importance of what Bob and Ranch Hand Rescue are doing in putting up this type of facility that will be a place, a safe shelter, a home where they can get the therapy and the counseling and the love and support and nurturing that they need with a faith-based healing approach. Nothing more important. It's the only way, in my opinion, that you can truly heal the human soul when it's been so horribly damaged, so horribly beaten down, is to have a Christian approach to the healing that these kids need. So I just want to ask you to open up your wallets. I want to ask you to get out and help Bob complete this mission. There are so many young men, so many young boys all across North Texas that need this home, and we need to make it happen here in 2020. Before the end of the year, I ask each of you to step up, find a way to help us find the resources to make this vision become reality. God bless you all. God bless Texas, and thank you for all you do and caring about others and the selfless sacrifice of so many of our residents across Texas that give back always. Thank you so very much.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. So the diamond drawing is closed, and all the names are in. So I'm going to draw a name out of the bucket, and whoever name I draw wins the diamonds from the auction. All right, ready? Is there a way to do a drum roll? Like, yeah, there we go. All right. Cindy Little. I don't know. All right. And now we're going for a solo for Mr. DJ Austin over here.
door. I'm gone again. You need a friend. I need a seat. Can't feel my feet. I'm moving blind. We dance in time. I'm on your floor. She's out the door. I'm gone again. You need a friend. I need a seat. Can't feel my feet. I'm moving. I'm moving. I'm moving. I'm falling for you.
I can't wait to have him back. He's pretty amazing, isn't he? A couple of years ago, I don't know, 12, 13 years ago, I met an extraordinary fella in Denton. He does a lot for so many charities. He's one of the kindest, bravest men I ever met. Certainly one of our heroes, one of our veterans that are involved with us. I want to please put your hands together for the incredible Frenchie.
Thank you very much, Bob. Now, when Bob invited me to come out here, he said, Frenchie, come on down. You're going to have a lot of fun. But he never told me I was going to have to speak in front of people. How is that possible, Bob? I appreciate the invitation, and I appreciate the fact that I get to speak at the same podium that Mike Ducey has spoken behind, okay? This is really an honor for me. I've always wanted to be like Mike Ducey. You know, it's just incredible. It's just incredible. What a life he lives. On Monday morning, I got a phone call from my sister, and my sister says, I have bad news for you. A friend of mine, a high school friend of mine, stood on a railroad track in front of an express train and committed suicide. The next day, I'm listening to the news on the radio, and they're talking about at Fort Bragg in Georgia, 15 GIs have committed, so far this year, have committed suicide. More GIs committed suicide at Fort Bragg than were killed overseas. And so I called just a little while ago. You saw a video from Colonel Roy. So I called Mark up and I said, Mark, we need to do a video on suicide prevention. So this morning I went to his house and we did a video on suicide prevention. And the thing about it is a lot of people don't realize this right here, this ring that I have on my trigger finger is called a 22 kill. And that means to most people, most GIs, that if you see somebody wearing this ring, that means that you can go up to that person. If you're depressed, if you're thinking about committing suicide, you can go up to that person and say, I need to talk to you. I need some help. And as soon as the news was on, they also said that 30% 30%, I'm sorry, so far this year, suicides in the military is up 30%. So if this is a 22 kill ring, add 30% to that, you're close to 30 GIs, either active or GIs that have gotten out of the service, are committing suicide every day. Which, if you multiply 30 times 7 in a week, that's 210 active GIs or GIs that have gotten out of the service. So we did a video this morning, and we're trying to get to people and say, if you are having a problem, if you see somebody with a ring like this, go up to them, because they are receptive. They are receptive to you. And they will just say, I'm having a problem, so I need to talk to somebody. And they will sit down and talk to you. But if you don't have a ring like this, and you don't see anybody that will help you, or you think somebody is not going to help you, in the local area, you got Bob Williams. You got Ranch Hand Rescue. My wife is in a motorized wheelchair and fell out of her wheelchair a number of years ago. Suffers from PTSD. And any slight incline really affects her really bad. Even if she's coming out of her van, she has to hang on to something. It just scares the hell out of her. Well, she went out to Ranch Hand Rescue maybe 3-4 years ago, and Bob introduced her to his program, and she met some of the animals out there, and she was highly impressed. I was highly impressed. And Bob has been a good friend, and I don't know how many GIs he has helped. I'm getting the kill signal right here, okay? I don't know how many GIs he has helped, but he is an incredible individual. Please, please, please donate to Ranch Hands Rescue, and I am going to take it upon myself. Me and my wife are going to donate $500 to Ranch Hands Rescue tonight, okay? Off to my right, Mike Ducey right here. It's such an incredible honor to be here tonight. Oh, my God. Thank you.
Great job. Thanks for being so generous in so many ways. We want to hear one more time from the great Harry Hamlin. Do we have that video? Here we go.
Hi, Harry Hamlin here. You know, we all have heroes in our lives, people who've done amazing things, oftentimes against extraordinary odds. And I now have a new hero in my life, Bob Williams, who more than a decade ago established Ranch Hand Rescue, a program designed to bring abused and traumatized animals together with abused and traumatized people, veterans with PTSD, victims of sexual abuse, and so on, in hopes of breaking down the barriers to healing that oftentimes accompany that kind of trauma. And it's been extraordinarily successful. But now, Bob Williams, my new hero, has launched a whole new effort. He's launched Bob's House of Hope, the only safe house in America for abused boys between 17 and 24 who were somehow dragged into the sex trade. Now, Bob is retrofitting a house. It's going to cost about $124,000 to put these kids into, and he needs your help. Please do whatever you can to help Bob build his dream house, Bob's House of Hope. Thank you.
When I started Ranch Hands Rescue, I wanted to develop a program for people that just weren't responding in traditional counseling. It's hard to explain. You really have to witness it because it's almost magical, the bond that happens between abused and neglected animals and abused and neglected people. Some kids will tell an animal something before they'll tell an adult. And once they do that, the healing can start. We've got to get to the root of the trauma so that they can have a full and happy life. When I started Ranch Hands Rescue, I wanted to develop a program for people that just weren't responding in traditional counseling. It's hard to explain. You really have to witness it because it's almost magical, the bond that happens between abused and neglected animals and abused and neglected people. Some kids will tell an animal something before they'll tell an adult. And once they do that, the healing can start. We've got to get to the root of the trauma so that they can have a full and happy life.
And the chief up here for kind of a final good night on their part, but we want to tell you how grateful we are to have you here again tonight. Thank you so much for all you've done, and tell the folks why it's so important that they get involved with this unbelievable organization.
Absolutely, folks. You know, this is not a donation. This is an investment in the future of your community. This is a way to stop the cycle, to get these kids the help that they need. Stop the cycle here, get these kids healed so they can become productive members of society. It's an investment in your future, your community's future, and the future of these kids. So give and feel good about it.
Your thoughts, Chief?
Absolutely. When you're talking about saving men and women that have answered the call to serve our country, going overseas, countless tours of duty, coming back, they're dealing with things that you can't even imagine. Not even mentioning the young boys and young girls that have been victims to just horrendous things done to them. And let's not forget about the abused and neglected farm animals either. Whether you can afford to give $25,000 or you can $15 for a hat, do what you can. Like I said before, this is not going to be solved by any one person.
Chief Dixon, Sheriff Murphy, thank you very much. One more time for these Friends of Ranch Hands Rescue. Speaking of donations, Robert and Monique Hill, another $2,000 on top of their generosity earlier. Ross Law Office of Denton, $2,500, and Marlene and Tom Tackett, $150 to the cause as well. Let's bring Bob up for some more special introductions.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you, Michael. So many years ago, most of you know that my dear friend was Doris Roberts, who most famously was known for the mom on the TV show Everybody Loves Raymond, and she passed away a couple of years ago. But Doris raised millions of dollars for our organization. And she invited me to a party one day, and I met Joey Santos, and I met Karina Nouveau, and I met... I'm having a senior moment. Angel, yes, from The Voice. Anyways, Angel Bonilla, I apologize. So anyhow, Joey was one of the kindest, warmest people I ever met, and so are all of his friends. Karina's a 2-time Grammy nominee. Angel sang on The Voice and was a top contestant. And Joey is not only a celebrity chef, he's a chef to Brad Pitt, but he's also a singer and an actor. He's been on just about everything, NYPD Blue, a lot of the older shows. But 3 amazing people who give from their hearts. They're kind and they're good. So I think you're going to enjoy these videos, and I hope you do. Thanks.
Hey, Bob Williams. It's Joey Santos from Los Angeles. I'm here with Karina Nouveau and Angel Bonilla. I think you remember us. We're here, and we just want to say we love you, and we're here to sing you a couple of songs and wish you all the very best for your charity. As always, Ranch Hand Rescue is the most amazing thing. Thank you very much for including us, and we hope to see you soon, live and in person. Until then, it's the best we got. Mwah!
There's an answer if you reach into your soul, and the soul that you know will melt away. And then a hero comes along with a strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth that evil lies in you. It's a long road when you face the world alone. No one reaches out ahead for you to hold. You can find love if you search within yourself, and the emptiness you feel will disappear. And then a hero comes along with a strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you finally see the truth that evil lies in you. So hold on, there will be tomorrow. In time, time away. So hold on, there will be tomorrow. In time, you'll find a way. And that hero comes along with a strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you finally see the truth that evil lies in you. That evil lies in you.
When I think of home, I think of a place where there's love overflowing. I wish I was home. I wish I was back there with the things I've been knowing. When they makes the tall grass bend into leaning, suddenly the snowflakes they fall, they have a meaning, sprinkling the sea, makes it all green. Maybe there's a chance we go back. Now I found somebody true, and it would be nice to be back home where there's love and affection, and maybe I can convince time to slow up, giving me enough time in my life to grow up. Time be my friend and help me to start again. Suddenly my world, it changed its face, but I know where I'm going. I've had my mind spun around in space, and yet I've watched it growing. Oh, and if you're listening, God, please don't make it hard for me to believe the things that we see. Tell us, should we try and stay? Should we run away? Or would it be better to let things be? Living here in this brand new world just might be my fantasy, but it taught me to love. So it's real to me. And I've learned to look inside my heart to find a world full of love, just like yours, like mine, like home. Like
when all the clouds brighten up the skyway, there's a rainbow highway to be found, and from your window pane, there's a love that's come around.
Someday I wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me. Where the troubles melt like lemon drops away upon the chimney tops. That's where you
Thank you to our performers so much. We continue tonight. We're so happy that Brandy Voth is with us again this year, a dear friend to Bob and Ranch Hands Rescue, an activist, an entrepreneur, an author, and the founder of the Power Hat Company, a really unique initiative where she helps survivors of sex trafficking. We will hear tonight from Brandy Voth. First, a quick look at a video from Brandy.
My name is Brandy Voth, and I'm a local activist in the fight against human trafficking. If you aren't familiar with human trafficking, or slavery in the truest form, it is the sale of human bodies through force, fraud, or coercion. And it's an absolute violation of our basic human rights. And it's occurring right here in North Texas. There are over 400 minors sold in Dallas every single night. Close to 50% of those cases have actually been boys involved in stings locally. And as a mom of 2 boys, I can't turn a blind eye to that. So I personally decided I needed to get involved. And I serve as a mentor to traffic survivors going through aftercare programs. But we need more people to help us because there aren't enough of us to fight this on our own. But together we believe that we can create massive impact. So we're asking each of you today to take up the charge, not just by writing checks. We need you to come alongside of us. We need you to serve as advocates. We need you to spread the word. We need you to speak to your local representatives. We want to fight this at a state, federal, global level. And we need you to say that when we open the aftercare home in 2020, where we're able to safely house several young men that have been trafficked, that you'll show up and you'll be the hands and feet of Jesus that love on these young men. Let them know that they're much more than anything that they have ever been treated as in the past, and that you'll help us and Ranch Hand Rescues restore their value and their worth and let them see themselves through the eyes of their creators. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike, for the introduction, and thanks, Ranch Hand Rescue, for having me as a part of this event. Thanks, Bob, once again, for always involving me with your efforts. I love what this organization does. I will 100% show up and stand behind this every single year as long as I have the privilege of being involved. We have an honored guest that we'd like to introduce tonight and have her come up and share a few words with you. We have Donna Snow with DIY's Texas Flip and Move, and she has a few words that she would like to share. Donna, thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you. Thank you, Brandy. Thank you, Bob, for inviting me out. I am here representing the Snow family this evening. You may recognize myself. I'm one of sisters, Donna and Tony Snow, the Snow sisters from Texas Flip and Move. We were a huge blockbuster hit on DIY. We broke all their records. As you may recognize Myers Jackson, the auctioneer, here with us this evening. What you see us do on TV is what we really do in real life. I'm a 3rd-generation house mover. Girlfriend, if you put me to doing anything else, I am going to so mess it up. But if you need your home or a historical building moved, we're the people. I move homes for a living. I move houses, I move buildings. But let me tell you something. Bob is building a home. Now, I can change your address, but only love can fill a home. So, just like my daddy taught all 3 of us kids, you better stand for something, because if you don't, child, you're going to fall for anything. So we need to stand up for what's right. We need to take charge of our life. We need to step in and say, not on my watch. So I encourage everybody, dig down deep. Give up those soft drinks for a month. You know, I need to give up some food for a month. I could save money there. Donate and give. Search your heart and give to help save these young men, save the animals, because somebody once told me the outside of a horse is good for the inside of a person. And that's very true. So, Bob, thank you again for all that you do, for what you stand for. And the Snow family stands with you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it. And we have another guest, a couple of guests that we would like to introduce to you guys tonight. These are dear friends of mine, and they are the honorary philanthropic chairs of the event tonight. They have hearts as big as Texas, and they will do anything for anybody, I can assure you. So please welcome Clint and Corey Corbin.
Sorry. Thank you all. Thank you, Bob, for having us here tonight. It's an honor to be here to support Ranch Hands Rescue.
We met Bob Williams a number of years ago. He became a neighbor up at Moss Lake, and our friendship began on the back porch around a fire pit through general conversation and discussion of our life passion. I truly believe, I always have, that God puts people in your pathway for a purpose, and I instantly had a connection to Bob and a true respect for him on a personal level and a professional level for what he was doing for children. Having come from a background of working with children with special needs, I quickly realized that the enormity and the purpose and the impact that Bob was providing for both abused children and battered animals healing together in a positive environment that he has created here in North Texas.
Ranch Hands Rescue has been a champion organization for countless victims in trauma, not only abused and broken people needing help, but animals as well. His safe sanctuary has come to the rescue and transformed many broken souls suffered from trauma, PTS, sexual abuse, and neglect, among other horrible offenses. This is where it gets a bit personal for me. As having been a victim of sexual abuse as a child, I'll be honest right now, I've never really shared this before in the public. Unknowingly, Bob has provided me support and therapy. He has helped provide an avenue of healing for me through our friendship and conversations. And I know he can continue to do this for future generations who have been where I have. I'm now a father of a young boy, Crosby, and I realize how important this is and this organization is to providing help and a way for others. About a couple years ago, Crosby and I got a chance to go visit the Ranch Hands Rescue and see the animals and visit with some of the people that support the organization and work with them. How many people have lived with a secret for 30 years, much like me? Please don't let other people do the same. I wish something like this program would have been around for me and others at that time. At that time, there weren't many places to go help or support. Most of it was just swept under the rug, and no one really talked about it. Much like Landon said earlier, I really feel that if this was in every state, there ought to be a representative in every school or someone to call in every state. Some kids need an outlet to talk about this and discuss it. This organization has proved to change lives and ultimately save lives. I'm sure many of you out there know someone who has fallen victim to abuse, but may not be aware of it. They didn't say anything. This is a shame because no child should have to live with a secret like this. Without help, many kids such as this will lead a life of bad decisions, which may haunt them through the years, or maybe even cost them their lives. This is where I'm so excited about Bob's dream becoming a reality this year. Bob's House of Hope is due to open in 2021. This is the first nonprofit safe house for sexually trafficked boys in the nation, and will be located right here in Argyle, Texas, at the headquarters.
This will be a place for the forgotten ones, the sexually abused, sex-trafficked boys who cannot be ignored. Bob's passion to create this place for these kids is inspiring. These children who have fallen victim to such heinous crimes need a voice, and they need a shelter, and they need a home. This is where we need you. Whether it's $20 a month, a one-time donation, whatever you can do, it's going to be put to good use. The kids need you, and this organization needs you, and it will only be remaining a possibility with your help and your generous support.
During the pandemic, now more than ever, these organizations need support from everyone, each one of us, anything we can do.
Now more than ever, during these hard times, sex trafficking and abuse doesn't go away. On the contrary, it's on the rise, and we need to do everything we can to fight this together. One day, ultimately extinguish this sickness. I believe through the therapy and mentoring of Ranch Hands Rescue and Bob's dream of Bob's House of Hope, these boys can be transformed and learn to believe in themselves again and love themselves again. Please support this mission. These young men are counting on us. And with that said, on behalf of myself and my husband and Freedom Title, we would like to donate $5,000 to this organization.
It's okay, we're related. Thank you, Clint, and thank you, Corey. And it's amazing the journey that this process has taken, that friends have become family and strangers have become friends, and I call it God winks. You can call it what you may, but Bob Williams bought the house that my husband built that we had our babies in while I was in Australia learning about human trafficking on a billboard sign. And we became friends in this fight. Clint and Corey happen to be friends and neighbors at the lake where we're all together in a community like a family, and together we're raising awareness and we're bringing an end to this crime and we're restoring survivors of trafficking. So I'm honored. I get goosebumps when I think about the way that this has all been orchestrated in a divine nature. I've been working with survivors of trafficking, female survivors, for the past few years. And while I started the journey along the same time that Bob did of really learning and leaning into this, he kept saying, that's great, you do great work with the girls, what are you gonna do with the boys? And I'm like, that's not my platform, Bob, this is where I'm at. And he's like, that's great, I need you to come help the boys too. So as a mother of all boys, it makes sense that I'm involved in the fight here with Ranch Hand Rescue. I'm honored to be on the board of Bob's House of Hope. But I've recently launched the social enterprise, the Power Hat Company, and this came out of a need because while I was mentoring survivors of trafficking and while we were doing business coaching and life coaching and we were going through what obstacles they were going to overcome after they've gone through healing and restoration and recovering from trauma, and they're ready to start their life over and they're ready to take the next step, oftentimes the obstacles that they were faced with was gainful employment, entrepreneurs being willing to take a chance on them, business owners being willing to hire them, because most of the time survivors of trafficking have a criminal record. Texas has done great moves in the near future or the present of really kind of starting to advocate and seeing them more as victims. However, I mentor a lot of adults that have a criminal background, and an individual with a criminal background has a 27% higher unemployment rate in a regular year, not in a COVID year, right? So I have people coming out of programs that are ready to start and they can't get jobs. So enter the Hat Company. We decided, how can we provide transitional employment to individuals that are in programs, that are transitioning out of programs, that have moved back home after they've graduated. So we needed a piece where we could provide gainful employment that attaches these individuals to purpose, that can give them a way to make some income. We can provide entrepreneurial mentorship. We can provide business skills. We can be a credible resource for them when they go apply for whatever job it is that they want to go take, whatever dream they want to go chase. We can say, hey, they've worked for us and we're going to vouch for them. And we've taught them some skills along the way. So we're really excited to be able to provide that for the survivors of Bob's House of Hope. Like, we cannot wait to teach them leather stamping, because the survivors in programs right now are stamping the leather hat bands that go on these hats. They have a power word that you choose from. And then after that, we're able to, when they graduate, hopefully provide them with full-time employment where they can become employees with benefits. So I've got two really cute little models that are going to come up here and show you guys a couple of these hats. This is Dawson and McKinley. Give them a round of applause. They've been troopers tonight. So right now with the Power Hat Company, we have 3 felt hats and we have 2 straw hats that are on our website. You can go to thepowerhatco.com. We have an affiliate program where we partner with the organizations that we support. Not only do we provide transitional employment to residents and programs, we also provide typically 25% of net sales to the organizations that we partner with. Tonight, though, we're wearing some hats that have the Ignite Hope stamped on the side of them. Kenley, can you look down and turn your head down? So these bands say Ignite Hope. They've been stamped by graduates of a North Texas program that are churning out hat bands faster than we can even keep them in business right now. And we're going to go ahead and donate 100% of all proceeds of the sales of these hats for the next week if you use the coupon code Ignite Hope. So you go to thepowerhatco.com, coupon code is Ignite Hope, and 100% of proceeds is going to go to Bob's House of Hope, because they are one of our flagship organizations that we support. So you guys go buy some hats and provide transitional employment, provide donation to the organizations we support, because after the healing, after the restoration, after the program they've been through, we need to help these individuals re-enter society and be surrounded in a community full of love and mentors that have their best interest at heart. So thank you guys so much. Thanks, guys. You did awesome. I believe Mike Ducey's coming back to the stage to round out the evening.
Appreciate it. Good to see you again. All right. Randy, thank you very much. Clint and Corey, thank you. Thank you so much. We have more generous donations to share with you. Mike Williams from Destination Pets, $1,000. Tom Williams, $1,000. David Hahn, $500. Gwen Light with a $25 donation, and I think I'm reading this correctly, Double Oak Mayor Mike Donnelly and Treva Donnelly, $5,000. All right, a few more guests to introduce to you here this evening. Bob has known Zach since he was in high school and first started helping out with fundraising at Ranch Hands Rescue. He's been involved with our organization for about 10 years. His career is really developing now, and he's performing all over the country. So proud of the man and the musician he is becoming. Zach Nightom.
Wrote the song for my twin brother. His name's Gabriel. Gabriel, my brother, did you know when we were younger your heart would glow into 1,000 colors, your light would shine, rainbow circles in our eyes. Never in my life will I stop loving you. You're a gift from my mother and our father, and don't forget the ones who stuck by your side when you would hide behind the truth. You're my ride or die and no other. You're my twin brother. You're my brother. I will never forget what you said on that rainy day. Do you ever regret me? You being born this way? And how could anybody in their right mind fill the human heart with such shame? And Gabriel, my brother, yeah, I'm proud of you the same. Never in my life will I stop loving you. You're a gift from my mother and our father. And don't forget the ones who stuck by your side when you would hide behind the truth. You're my ride or die and no other. You're my ride or die and no other. You're my ride or die and no other. You're my twin brother. You're my brother.
Hey everybody, Jeff Weber here from the Radio Gunners. Taking a little break from filming and wanted to remind you all, please donate to Ranch Hands Rescue and Ignite Hope. Help them celebrate 11 years of uniting animals and the people they serve. Find out more at ranchhandsrescue.com.
Hello people, this is Paul Johnson. I'm your criminal district attorney, and I want to talk to you a little bit about Bob Williams and Ranch Hand Rescue. I've known Bob for years, and I got to tell you, I think the world of him. I think a lot of people think the world of him. When I first met him, I was so impressed with his organization where he takes abused and neglected animals and refurbishes them and uses them in his program for children that have been abused and neglected. And it takes a special person to have that type of vision, and I really do respect him for that. He changes people's lives. It's not just with kids, but it's also with veterans and other individuals. He gives it 110%. And I know he's expecting a lot tonight, and I hope he has a great night. And I just want to say, Bob, thank you for making the world a better place. Thank you.
A few years
Hello,
ago,
people.
I was
This is Paul
lucky
John-
enough to meet a good friend of mine, Mayor Mike Donnelly from Double Oak, Texas, and he's one of the kindest people that you've ever met. He's also an incredible politician, but he's very philanthropic, and he's involved in just about every organization in the community. And Mike and his wife just donated $5,000 to us, and I want to thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. And here's a message from Mayor Donnelly.
Hello, Bob. It's your old buddy Mike Donnelly from the town of Double Oak. I'm pleased to join you, your incredible host, and your amazing supporters for this year's Ignite Hope Telethon. The good Lord and your mutual friend brought you and I together a couple of years ago, and I've been amazed by the work of Ranch Hands Rescue and your incredible team. Now you're looking to open up Bob's House of Hope, which provide a safe, secure place for young men who have been sex trafficked. My wife Treva and I are happy to support this cause and our continued support to Ranch Hands Rescue. Good luck with the telethon and Bob's House of Hope, and we can't wait to see you once again. God bless you, my friend, and take care.
My friend Scott Weisenbaker runs an organization in Denton called Solutions. He's got a detox center and a place for people to go through addicts to get clean and sober. And he's an amazing individual with a wonderful organization. I've known him for a long time. He's a dear friend. He's on our advisory board for the Safe House, Bob's House of Hope. And I had no idea up until about a year ago that he was a musician. And he's incredible. So I want to introduce to you Scott Weisenbaker, and I think you're going to love this. He's a wild man.
I'm a good friend of Bob Williams. For the last 15 years, I've been running a little organization in Denton called Solutions of North Texas, where we fight addiction one family at a time. I believe that all of us are put on this earth to serve a purpose. And sometimes it's many purposes. But if we're open to it, we find that we're the right person in the right place at the right time. This is certainly true with Bob. I want you to help him with his new venture, opening the country's very first safe house for young trafficked men who are all suffering from addiction, because that's how the traffickers control them. So it's close to my heart what he's doing. He's a good friend, so I'm always going to try to help him. My hope is that you can help him. Being in the right place at the right time for you is being able to help Bob. All of us in the nonprofit world are very dependent upon the generosity of others. But I just can't think of a more noble cause than what Bob is trying to accomplish. I've been clean and sober for 25 years, and I've been blessed to be able to work with thousands of families. He asked me to add a song. This one is called Ease, about the life that we can have once we beat our addiction. There's nothing better, and I invite you to join us on this fight.
Why you wanna hit the skids? This life leads straight to jail. You lose your money, gonna lose everything, gonna lose respect and live in hell. Think you're gonna go, but the dope didn't kill you. Live another day to do the work and stand and take. Makes sense to me. I'm at ease. My life makes sense to me. Cause I wanted more women, cause I wanted more fortune, cause they seemed so great until I was strung out. I played for thousands, and I played for ashtrays, and I missed the biggest gig sitting in jail. Think you're gonna go, but the dope didn't kill ya. Live another day to do the work, and you can't say. I'm at ease. My life makes sense to me. I'm at ease. My life makes sense to me.
judge named Crusoe. They hammered on me so that I wouldn't be here. The drugs were killing me, just like they're killing you. You chose this path, so it's a long way around. Think you're gonna go, but the dope didn't kill you. Live another day to do the work, and you can say, I'm at ease. My life makes sense to me. I'm at ease. My life makes sense to me.
All right, we're back with a couple of more special guests before we say goodnight here. How about our DJ, by the way? Man, he's doing a great job. Thinking I might cut my hair like that, too. I like that. Can pull that off? I don't know. You look great. You're doing a great job. Ron Moss is an actor, musician, and singer-songwriter, perhaps best known for portraying Ridge Forrester on the CBS daytime drama The Bold and the Beautiful. We're honored and thankful to have him as part of the Ranch Hands Rescue family. Ron Moss.
Hey, Bob and Maria Elena. I'm Ron Moss. I'd like to dedicate these next few songs to support the Ranch Hands Rescue. The Ranch Hands Rescue is a nonprofit organization that does a lot for children, for veterans, and for animals. Well done. Please keep up the good work, and I want to let everybody know, all of your supporters, that every little bit helps. So I urge you to do whatever you can in whatever way you can. Hope you enjoy.
Came in from a rainy Thursday on the avenue. Thought I heard you talking softly. I turned on the lights, the TV, and the radio. Still I can't escape the ghost of you. What has happened to it all? Crazy, some would say. Where is the life that I recognize? But I won't cry for yesterday. There's an ordinary somehow I have to find. As I try to make my way to the ordinary world, I will learn to survive. Passion or coincidence once prompted you to say, pride will tear us both apart. Well, now pride's gone out the window, crossed the rooftops, run away, left me in the vacuum of my heart. What is happening to me? Crazy, some would say. Where is my friend when I need you most? I won't cry for yesterday. There's an ordinary world somehow I have to find. As I try to make my way to the ordinary world, I will learn to survive. Papers in the roadside tell of suffering and greed. Fear today, forgot tomorrow. Here beside the news of holy war and holy need, ours is just a little sorrow talk. I won't cry for yesterday. There's an ordinary world somehow I have to find. As I try to make my way to the ordinary world, I will learn to survive.
Wild thing, I think I love you. But I wanna know for sure. Come on, hold me tight. I love you. Wild thing, you make my heart sing. You make everything groovy. Wild thing. Wild thing, I think you move me. I wanna know for sure. Come on, hold me tight. You move me. Wild thing. Come on, wild thing.
There's a feeling in the air now, baby. Can you feel it too? There ain't nothing you can do now, baby. It's too late for you. If you fall into my arms, I will carry you away. I don't want you to be moved now, baby. I don't mean no harm. I just want you to be free now, baby, from dusk till dawn. If you look into my eyes, I will carry you away. Oh, you've fallen for the devil now. He'll take you for his bride, shake you with a fever and a feeling deep inside for you. Oh, yes, you've fallen for the devil now. He'll take you for his bride. If we ever make it, meet me on the other side, my love. There's a feeling in the air now, baby. Can you feel it too? There ain't nothing you can do now, baby. It's too late for you. If you fall into my arms, I will carry you away. For the devil now, he'll take you for his bride, shake you with a fever and a feeling deep inside for you. Oh, yes, you've fallen for the devil now, he'll take you for his bride. If we ever make it, meet me on the
the other side, my love. If we ever make it, meet me on the other side, my love. If we ever make it, meet me on the other side, my love.
The next song I have for you guys is a cover by Nothing But Thieves called Lover, Please Stay. Lover, I know you're weary, I am tired from the night. Lover, come to the kitchen floor. The tiles are cold, so am I. Take from me what you want, what you need. Take from me whatever you want, whatever you want me, but lover, please stay with me. Lover, I feel your sorrow pouring out of your skin. I don't wanna be alone if I am denied a way to be. Take from me whatever you want, whatever you need. Take from me whatever you want, whatever you but lover, please stay with me. I can see you, I can feel you slipping through my hands. I can taste you
Gabby Hill, I got to tell you, is she not amazing or what? She's going to be a huge star. And I can't wait to have her perform live for us at one of our events here at Ranch Hands Rescue. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank each and every one of you. The money's really coming in. We just got another $2,500 donation from Ginger and Mike Mallow. Lots of donations, $10 and $15, $25. So I'm just so moved and so grateful for all of what you've done. And again, thank you, Sheriff Murphy, from the bottom of our heart for what you've done for us. So I want to take a minute and introduce to you Myers Jackson from Texas, HGTV's Texas Flip and Move. He was going to be our auctioneer for the night tonight, and but obviously we didn't have any live auction items. And again, Landon's back up here with me. I want to give a shout out to Ray David at Point Bank, to our presenter, Mixed Media Creations, and also to Leanne and Matt Artho from Country Lakes Family Dental, and three amazing organizations that all were premium sponsors this year, and we're really grateful for your support. Myers, it's great to have you, buddy.
Bob, I appreciate the opportunity to be here.
We've raised a lot of money, brother.
We've raised a lot of money, and I'd like to make a short statement if I could.
Okay.
Thanks for the introduction. I'm the CEO of the U.S. Vet Fund. We have a mission at the U.S. Vet Fund: to learn, listen, observe, and then react to the needs of American veterans who have faithfully fulfilled their obligations, and giving them aid and assistance in education, vocations, service, and support, in cooperation with organizations who will do the same. The last statement in the mission statement has a compounding effect: in cooperation with organizations who will do the same. Tonight we have heard about how Ranch Hands Rescue involves veterans in their programs. We have seen veterans such as Frenchie come up here tonight that supports this organization. Tonight, Bob tells me we have raised $125,000 at least. That's right. And you know what I got to thinking? I said, why can't we make it $150,000?
Oh, man.
Bob, on behalf of the U.S. Vet Fund, I would like to pledge another $25,000 to Ranch Hands Rescue to go to the incredible work that you're doing with this organization.
Oh, my God. Thank you so much, Myers. You're going to make me cry, too. Thank you. You're just amazing. God bless you, brother.
And that's not all. I'm going to tell you what. We're going to leave this opportunity open for a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah.
There is no reason in the world that we can't get some more pledges, some more contributions, and raise over $200,000 for this year's mission. Let's do that this year.
Thank you. You're very kind. Thank you.
I guess that means I have to shave my beard.
Yes, I think that means you got to shave your beard. Yeah, and it also means I have to cut my hair now. All right.
That's right.
Because we said if we raise $150,000 that I'd cut my hair, and so now I have. Yeah, I knew that you would be happy. All right. Well.
What a good reason to do it.
Yeah, we can shave my head and your beard at the same time, I guess. Anyways. Thank you very much. And remember, the donations are still open at ranchhandrescue.org. And may God bless you. And thank you so much for your kindness and all your support. It means a lot. Thanks again. Wow. Wow.
But you didn't even notice. It ain't
floor. She's out the door. I'm gone again. You need a friend. I need a seat. Can't feel my feet. I'm moving blind. We dance in time. I'm on your floor. She's out the door.